Angela.
Okie dokie.
Hello,
Here
beautiful.
we go. Huh?
Hello, beautiful.
What?
Hello, beautiful.
It's at some point in life, you just want people to lie to you.
Oh, there's plenty of that to go around.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
it's
what.
like you look at somebody and go, "You're looking good."
Oh,
It's,
about that. I
yeah,
was gonna say, do you want
com
blatant lies or do you
yeah,
just
like
want like,
compared to what,
hey, how's your
That's what I
wife
look
compared
at.
to what? You can answer how's your wife or how's your girlfriend the same way.
Yeah,
How's your girlfriend compared to what?
yeah. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's right. Maybe she is. And maybe, oh my goodness. Wow, that's a lot of her. To Andrew Bustamante.
We used to tell shaggy dog jokes like that when we were in high school. Like, like if you took a new girl out on a date and you were double dating and somebody'd go ask him about his mother or ask him about his ex-girlfriend or something. And you'd go, "Oh my God, she died." And then the girl would get all emotional and everything, and everybody ha ha afterwards. Cruelty at the eighth grade level, kind of like Trump in the Middle East, just cruelty at an eighth grade level. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
kind of same
I'm
thing.
amazed you're giving it that much maturity.
Yeah, like guess who died in the lake today? Well, just
If
think
you're
about
calling Indiana the lake,
yeah,
go right ahead. That's some craziness. That flooding. Did you see
yeah,
that? Yeah, so there's flooding, there are more crazy earthquakes.
yeah.
Um,
Well, the flooding is on a rotation.
oh, is it?
Like Arizona gets it one day, Illinois gets it the next, Indiana, they just work their way through, right? They pretty much hit every state, in Texas, they hit it hard, middle Texas, right? They just blasted through the whole place. So all you're seeing is that rotation of attention from the cloud seeding people.
The cloud seeding people.
Yeah, we used to call them shamans. Now we just call them, chemical
I was
engineers.
gonna say Dow,
Yeah, chemical engineers,
right?
down payment.
Johnson and Johnson.
Like, let's see how many ways we can modify the environment and then blame it on what do you call it? Warming, cooling. I never can decide which one they're
Well, neither can they.
yeah, which one they're into today.
It
So yeah,
changes.
it's all very interesting. It's like, I don't, let's see where it would be next.
If you say Ohio, I'm gonna
Alabama,
smack you.
Georgia, probably,
Georgia?
the next one.
Okay. Not Mississippi?
Hmm.
No, I'm gonna leave Ole Miss alone.
Mississippi, in the queue, Mississippi's like 7 steps away. So they've got it a little while.
Yeah, where's Ohio?
Huh?
Where's Ohio on that list?
Number four. So we would, look to, let's see, a
November?
couple months
I was
maybe.
gonna
And
say for Thanksgiving. Halloween. Happy Halloween.
yeah,
Get a boat.
then it'll be Ohio again. So that's the way it works.
Okay.
Nothing to get excited about. Make
Well,
make sure you got a canoe strapped to your car or something.
something. Or you can
Yeah,
turn your car upside down and turn the car into a canoe
yeah.
or get a flying
And
car.
just have one of those little inflatable pools or something that you can inflate and climb into and just float along. Row, row, row your boat.
The only problem with the inflatable pool is the dog and the birds would puncture it in about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So we're not doing that. We need something made out of polyurethane, I think.
Well, and then they do the rotation on the fires too. So it's like, what state gets the fires next? New Mexico is getting above Santa Fe, and they call it the Frijoles fire. which has
So rude.
some religious symmetry in there somewhere. The Free Holies, maybe it's the Mormons. We don't know.
Maybe the holy ones want to be freed.
Yeah,
It's got a
yeah.
completely different
Well,
meaning. Maybe it's not
and
being.
so let's see where's the next good fireplace. Let's see.
Well, where are they trying to put a high-speed rail? Look there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm full of beans tonight. I've,
You- Colorado. Oh, Nevada. Nevada may get some fires.
cool. Well, they
Yeah.
get lots of UFO sightings.
Yeah. Light off a little creosote for me.
Right. It's the creosote blues,
Yeah. The what?
Johnny. The creosote blues. We can start singing them.
Yeah. I
Da-da-da.
had a I had a girlfriend one time that insisted I drink creosote tea. And so I tried it for a while and came to the realization she was probably trying to kill me. So that relationship kind of went away.
Well,
So,
better the relationship than you.
yeah, and the creosote tea went away because I later discovered it has some interesting side effects. So
You
kidneys,
tell, Randall. Tell me about
kidneys,
the
liver
side effects.
death, things like that. So
Really? Anything else?
well, in substantial portions, which she considered I needed to consume. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah, there you go. I'm living proof that sometimes you can survive love.
Wow. You could talk to Lorena Bobbitt about that. Just saying.
uh, you
Have a little
know,
panel.
every day in the 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, there were people lying down next to somebody who they didn't know, who they had just met, usually under nefarious conditions, and they went to sleep at night, you know? And it's like, you talk about bravery, all those people need like Purple Hearts or something or medals of valor, like the one Trump's going to get for
Hmm.
facing down the media over the last 174 days of battle, you know?
Yeah, well, he deserves a medal for something. Let's
Yeah.
see.
And those people on that carrier, the Lincoln,
Oh, the
were,
ones who are jumping to their
yeah,
deaths and called
yeah.
home and told their parents, shut
They,
the
they,
fuck up
they,
because
they
then we'll
need
get.
to pull into port in Dubai and have a holiday. I mean,
What I don't
for
like,
like
or
for
what,
like about 240 days or ever how long they've been on that boat. I think one for one would be appropriate. Kind of like when they sentence you to jail for good behavior. You get one for one, one on, one off. And like I think it's time.
well, what about their parents though, being told like last minute to cancel their interviews because the kids don't want to get any more shit, and if the parents talk, they're gonna get
Oh yeah.
black on the back. Like what? You know,
Yeah.
these kids are serving some kind of sentence in the name of some garbage going on.
Right.
Don't have enough freaking ammo to kill a freaking dolphin. Like and then Palantir is running everything.
Yeah.
Correlation, maybe? Nah,
Nah. Nah.
no. Let AI handle it.
You know,
Stop thinking. Don't hurt your pretty little heads.
yeah. The only higher ups that wage war are
Oh,
those that are insulated from it and make money on it. That's the
you
two
mean the
things.
ones who are building the bunkers for the event, whatever
Yeah,
that is? Yeah,
yeah,
those guys.
yeah. I think the event is going to be like married at first sight.
Is it? You
Yeah,
think
like
it's like
they're
some kind
going
of
to
an arranged
they're
marriage?
going to wake up one day. Can you imagine? They get the emergency alert and they go, "Okay, family, you got 3 minutes to grab everything you're going to grab and go to the bunker, which may be half a world away, like New Zealand or somewhere. And when we get there, we're going to live happily ever after. And I don't know who the hell came up with this routine, but
Cinderella came up with that. Come
who?
on.
Who?
Cinderella.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cinderella
I
and
can see
Snow
that.
White. They got
Yeah.
in cahoots.
Yeah. It's like, and you're going to come out of the bunker, and our Lord and Savior, Donald J. Trump, is going to be there to congratulate you for being able to continue and propagate your bloodline to the benefit of mankind and probably to the elimination of about 6 billion people. So there you
Well,
go.
yeah, build a bunker, build a life.
That's it. That's it. I like it. And bunker mentality comes into play. Pe- People could, I should write a whole book about bunker mentality, right?
You know,
Because if all the elites are in the bunkers, woohoo, Freedom Day. We could have a parade and stuff, you know? So maybe for at least a day or two.
just like a day or two. They tried having a festival here. Meanwhile, I'm getting weather alerts saying if you see a funnel touch the ground,
Hmm.
take appropriate precautions. And I'm like, uh,
Okay.
it's 2 in the morning. Wait a minute though, but it's 2 in the morning now, right? Like I just got up to pee and I'm looking at my phone. So I text my friend thinking he's never gonna have his phone on. He answers back. I said, what does this mean? He said, it means go to the basement. I said, I'm asleep. How do I know if a funnel cloud touches ground until I'm, in the lake across the street? Like, what are you talking about? Go to the
Now,
basement.
every night you just say, Now I lay me down to sleep. Lay the Lord
Oh,
my soul to keep. Till I
okay.
die before I wake. I pray that heaven's gates are open to me and not to Bill Gates. There you
Okay, well, my version was, well, you got to die of something, and I need to go to sleep now. So
go. All you got to do is look outside and two things. If it's dead silent
that's when you know something's crazy's happening.
and if it's Coke bottle green, the old Coke bottles were green. If
Yeah.
it's that color of sky, that
Oh,
means there's a problem. Okay. A
well,
big problem.
yeah, Coke bottle green is kind of like some kind of weird mold clouds.
I've been through four of them. So,
Oh,
yeah. And
well, at least I
one of
have a
them,
basement. It might leak, but hey, I have one. That's good, right?
yeah. When I was 10 years old, one of them like literally sucked me out of the cellar. My uncle grabbed hold of me. I was holding on to the door, ripped the door off. He grabbed hold of me. My other uncle grabbed him. It's like a chain
Like
of
a chain
people
of Weitenheimers.
up in the air, lamb around, Weidenheimers. And then it just went away and just dropped me right back down, right? But I could have been gone.
I think this is what's called the Randy Weitenheimer Extreme Gravity Challenge.
Yeah. Yeah. I experienced, let's see, how many seconds was that?
Oh my God.
About 9 seconds of no gravity. So
So you could have been an
what's happening?
astronaut.
Yeah. Kind of like the 7 seconds of zero gravity that came and went because it was just another post toasties story on the back of a cereal box. Kind
Well,
of like our little brother Avi.
oh boy.
Now he says there's two Uramura
Oumuamua?
AI3 Atlas something or other.
Oh yeah, that's back again. Somebody supposedly took a very, very high definition picture of Three Eye Atlas.
Yeah, and they left the lights on just so that everybody could see.
Well, I'm rewatching The Big Bang Theory, and I haven't gotten to the point where Stuart, the comic book store character, shows up. But there is a spin-off here 50 million years later called Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. And some of the
Oh, I need to watch that. I heard it was
It's
out.
so good. And it's perfect for people who have no attention span,
Yep.
which is like so it'll get what the credits are hilarious. Last night's had me in stitches.
Yeah.
You got to read the credits because it's not even who's in the movie. It's just these wacky, they're nuts. It's
Good.
really
That's
good. It's
my
so good. It's so good
my
to
kind
me,
of movie.
to my taste.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Another one, I actually did start watching this one called Sugar because that's my way of what's the word? Procrastination and not having to think. I just go watch TV series to see what they're buying now in
Yeah.
case I have something in my head that's similar. I don't know. Um, but yeah, Sugar's pretty interesting. Uh,
Good. I'll have to. I saw it come up a couple times. I thought I should look at that and see what.
yeah.
But I didn't know it was a Stewart from the comic book store. So now I do. Yeah.
It's from the comic book store in the second season of Big Bang Theory, which I never watched back then. Another show I had never watched was Arrested Development, and boy, oh boy, what a bunch of eccentric.
You, are you talking about the White House now, Arrested Development?
Mm, if the White House, it could very easily be some kind of wacky spin-off of that show. It's so the show's demented. And
Yeah. You don't have to look far to realize that the lunatics are running the world.
right.
And since we're referring to the moon, what the hell? Elon bombs it.
Well, exactly. And somebody's saying it's because he was trying to bomb the structures that are up there that nobody talks about.
Right.
Um, I more and more, I mean, this is where I get to do self-promotion. I wrote a song called Lunatics, which is no longer really available, but if anybody wants one, just leave a message and I'll send you an MP3.
Yeah,
But,
I would
you know,
just like to see a bomb debt assessment after the impact. You know, we always provide that in the military, right?
well, how long did it resonate this time? How long
Oh,
did it take for it to shut up
see,
after?
they didn't publish any of that. Let's see.
Why would they do that?
Let's say the first time it rang like a bell is what they said, and it persisted for a long time, like hours or something, if
Yeah.
I remember correctly. So let's see what happened when Elon hit it. Uh,
That
Impact
moon.
of the original was 100%. Elon's impact was 1200%. It was 12 times. And then let's see what happened after that. The ringtone, the first one was 100%. We could figure out the frequency. Um, and the frequency was higher by an order of magnitude of 7. And the persistence over that time period was about 6 hours, 7 hours. Persistence on these was like 22 hours. So that's a major event, right?
So if there were any cockroaches in the middle of the moon, boy, they come running out quick, huh?
I
Yeah.
think mm, Jerry Lee Lewis wrote a song about it called A Whole Lot of Shaking Going On, but he might have
Uh-huh.
been referring to the earth in the last month, you know?
It's been going kook, and that's Stefan Burns, man. We just had
Yeah.
more crazy solar activity, so get ready for more of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. And, you know, most people haven't heard of him, but he's sitting there going,
He's pretty good though, don't you
yeah,
think?
there's going to be earthquakes and I mean he's been hitting it, you know. And what I think's interesting, the one in Venezuela was a double tap, and then the one in Colombia, and then go back to Japan for a double tap, and there was another double tap, and those are kind of rare. I mean, usually you get a hit and then you get a lower magnitude aftershock, but these are like wham wham, thank you,
And
ma'am.
where's that other place? Was it Kamchatka or something in
Yeah.
Russia? Like, yeah, there's the
Oh
other
yeah, that had a 9 or something.
Philippines.
Yeah, 8. Yeah.
And California's been doing wacky shit.
Well, it hadn't gone off yet. I think.
Not big, but there were a couple in some
Yeah.
areas that were of concern to this young man.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I might go out there in September just to look it all over and see what's going on. You know. kind of like on the ground research. Be like a good
Yeah,
engine.
well,
Be like a good engine and put my ear to the ground and see what it tells me.
see something like that. I was thinking more, put your feet on the earth and feel what comes through you. But yeah, same basic idea.
Oh, well,
Different, different
you
body
say you
part.
got to put your ear to the ground, you know?
I'd be afraid of a tick crawling in my ear here. I'm not, I'm, I love nature, but there are certain entities that have been allowed to procreate that I don't enjoy. Mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, never had crabs, thank you God. Um, but and lice, I had
We call that a
made almost
love
made it
gift.
through. And then my girl child brought them home
Yeah.
2 times.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating that the things that the elites don't consider when they build bunkers. And that's called, first of all, they're going to take their pets with them. That's wrong unless they're there for food. Pardon my language.
Well, eventually they may be.
Yeah. And then the potential for fleas and lice plus cholera plus all. I mean,
They
you're
don't get it.
yeah. Well, it's the same thing as wearing a mask. You're increasing the um, humidity and the propagation of bacteria and fungus and
What
yeast in the body,
is
right?
the
And
event?
you're going to do it by putting yourself in a can somewhere, right?
Like a fucking tuna, like an angry tuna.
Yeah.
Don't get too
I don't
salty
know.
in there.
I think they're jumping the shark on it, but they still won't tell you what scared the hell out of them in 1956 because that's when it all started.
Okay, could you please tell me what is, quote, the event, unquote? Is there like
Okay,
what is it?
here we go. Is it seismic? 1 to 10 is a 0. Is it atmospheric? 1 to 10 is a million. So it's atmospheric, and then we'd go, well, is it atmospheric? Like what was that movie, The Day After or something, where it froze, everything froze?
Yeah, the day after. That's
Yeah.
right. Horrible.
So is it freezing? No. Is it heat? Yes. So it's a heated atmospheric event. Is it nuclear in origin? No. Let's see. Is it
Solar flare.
meteor? Is it what do you call those things? Comets? No. Um, is it
Solar
the
explosion
hot air that's being blown out of the Middle East? No.
from
Is anybody
bunghole.
on Earth responsible for it? No. Is it an outside influence? Yes. Intersection occurs. Is this the Apophis meteor approach have anything to do with it? No. So I don't know. I mean, I have to still look. I can't get it locked down.
Is it
Remember
a is it
that
a
thing
solar
about,
event? Is a giant solar
oh,
event?
wait a minute.
What?
The solar event, 1 to 10 is, yes. So it's a solar event.
That's what I've been thinking.
And I mean, we missed one in 2012 on that Mayan calendar. There was a plasma release that went between the Earth and the moon. It literally just missed us. And that would have been Stone Age stuff. And on that aspect, they relate to it as like literally the air catches fire. So correlation with upcoming event would be 92%. So that's why everybody went into caves and underground to get away from it. And I don't know. It just seems like a good day for a barbecue. That's all I could tell you. Right?
Wow. So it's just like a cutaneous barbecue, and then the elites are underground, so they get away from it. And then how long does it take the earth to heal?
Well, the recovery period would be, let's see, let's say the event happened in 2027, 28, 29, 30.
Okay.
Somewhere around 29 or 30, we're back to that again.
Well, yeah, because that's when you felt the.
So the recovery would be for, let's say the event would last a total of 7 weeks. The recovery would be 15 years. So there's no way in hell that a bunker is going to save you, you know? You might as
Better
well,
make friends with the ant people.
yeah, you might as well go out and enjoy the sunsets, right? Because one of the things they don't calculate is most of the people building bunkers are 50, 60, 70 years old. They're not going to be around, okay? They're not going to sustain the stress levels of events like that. In fact, most of our mamby-pamby social media people won't survive any kind of stress test like that. So that's the way we look at it.
So who survives?
Out of let's say 9 billion people current, closer to 10, 11, 10. Um,
500,000.
oh, back to that 500 million routine they want the population to be. Right? Kind of like the people that do 144,000 people are going to heaven, right? Take your pick a number.
Like
So,
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Get the golden ticket.
yeah, that's it. The Golden Ticket, that was a movie, Deep Impact or something, where they had to get on the buses if they had the ticket and were pre-selected because they knew President Trump and they got their $100,000 that they got the advance notice when things were going to happen. I love it,
That's
right?
the TV show Paradise on Hulu.
Yeah.
Do you
I
watch that? 2 seasons. It's got a third season and then
oh
it's
yeah,
over. Yeah, yeah. The creator of that show created it as a 3 season arc
yeah,
show.
yeah,
And then Hulu and Disney went to them and said, "Oh, fourth season, fourth season." But the guy's got integrity. He's not a sellout. He said, "Nope, it's a 3 season event. That's it. Like, I'm
yeah,
not doing a fourth season. It's not how it was meant to."
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. I had a
I
good,
love the integrity. There's
yeah.
so little left to me. It's a good show. I like it, but it's basically telegraphing what the is going on, although they make it a nuclear event, but it's not. Then there's that other show, Silo, also very
Well, it's the same thing.
same kind of
What they're doing,
idea.
they're trying to prepare people and give them narratives that like, oh well, there's
This
hope
is
for
what's going to happen to you. No, there's
yeah,
not.
and there's hope at the end because we got to have a hero at the end of the show. You know, the whole thing,
It's
right?
funny that we're talking about the event and you're wearing your Apocalypse Barbie shirt. I like
That's
it.
what it was. Yeah, it's like I knew. Never.
Somehow, quit creeping around my head, man.
It's why Country Joe and the Fish, 3 days ago was the anniversary, I think, of Woodstock, and
Mm.
he wrote the hippie national anthem,
Yep.
which is one of the best songs ever written because it goes, be the first person on your block to have your son brought home in a box. One, two, three. What are we fighting for?
Uh-huh.
We don't give a damn about the war in Iran. See?
Right. You
See
can
them
make
boys?
Iran fit and
Yeah, them
rhyme.
boys should all get on deck on the Lincoln and turn around and sing that song, right?
Oh boy,
Just
oh
think
boy.
what that would do for morale.
So, in your opinion, like if you're like 50 or over and this event is coming, should you be ailing from something that's terminal and choose to let it alone and just mosey your way on out? That would probably not be a bad idea.
Yeah, yeah, there's hmm, most people fear death, okay? And the idea that you would kind of prepare yourself by making it a non-event, which would allow you to continue in a kind manner all the way to the last moment.
Mm.
Okay. That would be appropriate. But we so fear ingrained from when we're born through our religion and politics and don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me.
Conditioning. Well, abandonment is a big one. Like
Yeah. but if they'd just go back and listen to late 50s and early 60s music, they would have a better idea of how all this stuff works, right?
Okay, well, let's circle back to it happened in 1956 because, as usual, blah, 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 ADHD interrupting, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah, blah.
well,
Okay, so
that's
I'm
when
gonna,
the Pleiadians who intermarried with the Arcturians who were in-laws to the Draconians or Dracos, and they all got together and said, "Watch out, you're all gonna die." And that was the end of the conversation.
and so our government freaked out.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought there were no Arcturians and
The
Pleiadians.
problem with all the people that got told are dead already. It's like, what good did it do to know that?
But like what Arcturians and Pleiadians?
Oh, um, delusional manifestations of MK Ultra and LSD. How's that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, but what's the difference between that and just micro nuking people and electromagnetic pulsing people and claiming not to do them and then gaslighting them and telling them that they're mentally ill and that it's
Well, we have progressed exponentially from anal probes. Okay.
yeah, because technology ain't just the
Yeah.
internets.
Yeah. That's sold last year. I mean, we don't even talk about cattle mutilations anymore. It's like it's just gone the way of the dodo, you know?
Well, when this world, if it ever gets as far as fake meat taking over, people will say, "What's cattle?" Just like they say, "What's a record?"
They're, humans, if they realized how much that we have been prodded, poked, immunized, vaccinated, ear tagged, I mean, all the things we've been doing to the animals, they've been doing to us too.
Well, sure. Like not to mention Agent Orange,
Well, the
Agent
reason,
Blue,
yeah,
Agent
the
Pink, Agent
reason is
Green.
there's no consequence to their actions, and they have no fear of being like people go, how many arrests have been in the Epstein files or in the Hillary Clinton file? I mean, I'm not supposed to say it. I mean, of the, different people that are leaders in this world. How many of them have ever been arrested or prosecuted or persecuted for their actions? The answer is zero, folks. And that ought to tell you something. Right?
You know, there's that show on Netflix with Kevin Spacey and Robin Wright, and like the more I look at it, the more I think it's the Hillary Clinton biography. That woman is ruthless
I
in that
think
show.
people are to read the French Revolution, the Russian Revolution,
Man.
the revolution just isn't what it used to be. Now it's like, let's all wear black and dress up and go act out in the street and then go home and program computers and drink Red Bull, right? That's revolution today.
I
Yeah.
don't like Red Bull and I don't like vodka. What do I do?
Yeah, well, you're left out. Like nobody invited me to the revolution, you know?
We can have our own. How's
And,
that?
and I might have experience with it. I've been tear gassed 4 times at various revolutionary type activities back in,
Was that like your last date when you were
yeah. Some of them ended up being last dates.
my last blind date was the last date we ever had.
Yeah.
What'd you do this time?
So anyway, it's all I like Paul Simon wrote the ultimate song about it. It's all happening at the zoo. It,
Ugh,
it's all happening.
maybe we are the zoo.
Yeah.
Maybe we're the
Yeah.
animals.
Remember, the lunatics have taken over. Right?
Yeah, they left the they left the grass and they've marched. They
Yeah. And and we got to congratulate our new Lord and Savior Elon Musk for
for bombing the
bombing
moon.
bombing the moon. I mean,
Thank you,
that's
Elon.
bold. See, that's somebody taking an action. Yeah, he could looked at that moon and go, you know what?
That needs a spanking.
I can hit it.
He's been tapping everybody else and
Yeah,
making babies. Why not tap the moon? And Mars is
yeah.
next.
Like I'd hit that thing. See what I mean?
Exactly. It's just debauchery at its worst. Does the moon get to say hashtag me too now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hashtag me too.
Maybe I should make a we should make a music video about it.
You know, I feel like I should start shooting a music video about she ran away with the moon while the lunatics kept dancing.
Yeah,
Right? That's the chorus. She ran away with the moon while the lunatics kept dancing. She ran away with the moon while the galaxy was romancing. She ran away with the moon while the lunatics kept laughing. She ran away with the moon. Like, it's all about a human who's pretty much had it with third dimensional nonsense and just leaves and takes the moon with her.
yeah.
Bye.
I
Bye.
looked at what is now predictive programming. The cow jumped over the moon was just the aliens chasing a cow through our skies so they could run it down and desaturate it and take out the organs and
Exactly. It's
a
a
little
space cow
probing,
mutilation.
you know, cook a little steak, right? Make a little love, just the
Get down
whole
tonight. Woo!
yeah, yeah,
Get
just the
down
whole
tonight.
alien picnic thing. That's all we were looking at. Is an
Mutilate a little
alien
cow.
picnic. Right?
Do a
Yeah,
little dance.
yeah, that's right. And then you gotta, like white men can't dance. Now we have aliens can't dance.
Okay.
Right? Maybe that should be the movie.
Well,
Aliens can't
I
dance.
better hurry up if I want to tell a story and make that music video into a TV show. I think I should
Yep.
just shoot it all myself and get it out there now because if we're going to be gone by 2027, like, you know,
Yeah, it's just what was the name of that cow and who were the aliens? I don't know. But thank God we have people out there that are willing to volunteer their information that they've been out there and they have seen the cow jump over the moon. And they can tell us all about it, just like they can tell us about ET and tell us about spaceships. And
well, but like, all kidding aside, I mean, I watched a talk and it's a professor from NYU and he seems reasonable. And somebody asked him, "What is going on?" And he said, "What was explained to me was that we've got AI, we've got super intelligence computer, right? The quantum computer, AI quantum, and then whatever David Grush is talking about. And that triangle is what's going on." And then he started going
it's,
on about the event.
you
I think
the
that's
term,
why they're trying to get to Mars because they know the event is coming and they think that they're going to populate some other planet somehow.
well, and like Mars is going to be spared. Like, no, okay.
Our whole galaxy might be getting fried because
Yeah.
literally the
Okay,
sun might
let's
actually
see.
explode.
How much would Venus get hit by it? I call it 1,000%. The Earth would get hit by 900%. Mars would get hit by 700%. Let's see, Saturn to get hit by 300%, right? Neptune 100. I mean, we just kind of work our way out and show that it's basically a system-wide outage, right? So,
So here's a question. When 9 billion people get wiped out all at once. Do you know
mm,
how a freeway bottlenecks when there's too many people, there are too many cars trying to go into one? Like, how does the amount of souls that at once get evaporated, how does that not bottleneck some kind of system?
okay. So we addressed this in Star Wars where
Oh,
Alderaan got blown up, all right? And he goes, I feel a disturbance in the force because millions of people have cried out, right? And that's the other thing is people don't realize that If humans are a morphic field and you dissipate 96% of it after an event like that,
How's that not some blast also out into
yeah,
somebody?
you don't, and the psychic shock wave of it would be like
Massive.
way beyond what most people's capacity to handle. So what you'd see is breakage in the consciousness of everybody that survived. And we know that from people that have been through war and stuff. They call it shell shock, used to. And then they came up with the name
PTSD.
PTSD, right? So all
So
that,
whoever's left of back here who lives through all of it's going to be so PTSD that they won't be able to function, and then that'll take the rest of them out. Sorry, it's not funny.
well, the
Maybe.
overload, the psychic overload would be something that's not been experienced since the Donner Party went over the pass in California and had to eat everybody, you know?
You know, that or when Jim Jones made them drink the
Oh,
juice.
yeah. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, right?
Everybody get your Kool-Aid. Honestly, it's like if do you think that if the public were made aware of what is known to the bunker builders, that people would commit suicide and just make the choice to go now so that they don't have to singe? Like why would you not give the population the opportunity to do that if it's a 100% sure event? Like,
Because if you were of a elevated consciousness, we won't say ascended, you would realize that you've been given a grace period for the next 2, 3 years to basically enjoy yourself, right? That, to slack off on what we call external responsibilities and increase the amount of joyfulness you engage in by doing things you
what
just
you want to do because it
like
feels
you
fun.
felt like doing. That's true
Right.
freedom, is the ability, no matter how broke you are or whatever, you can go sit outside at night. You can,
Right.
you
Right. You
can,
can go look up at the sky and see, like, as long as you don't have light pollution, but here you can see
yeah.
shit. Like
And
it's so beautiful, you know?
it is, once you stop looking at stuff, right, and engaging in thought, then you just enjoy the moment. So that's not forced on anybody right now, but it's available, right? Like there is no reason to not find some way to have a joyful moment every day of your life. How's that?
Well, I go out of my way to choose joy. There are certain ideologies and or relationships that are still frictional when the fictional frictional starts orbiting, about so and so and what is the problem over here, like kind of stuff, and then you fall back into that. And somebody said, like in my particular case, my middle finger, my busiest finger. Like, look at that. It's crazy. And so she sends me this Louise Hay. This is a doctor, mind you, that says the middle finger is anger and rage and this and that. And like, if you let that go, maybe your finger will heal. And I'm thinking back to what I was telling Randy about, like pretending something that, like it was just a big dream and now it's not there. And now this is like you focus on the beautiful stuff that's here, like the cardinal and his little wife.
Yeah, the language is stop giving meaning to things and turn around and just relax for a moment, you know, before the shooting begins. So,
Let's hope the shooting is, I get to squeeze out one film because I think it would be fun to do that before we all
yeah.
fry. Let's
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
let the shooting begin.
All you gotta do is listen to Country Joe and the Fish. It'll explain the whole show, you know, and it's all summed up in one word, whoopee.
Whoopee. Makes me think
Whoopee.
of Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah,
Hootie,
whoopee, right?
Whoopie, Hootie,
Not
Whoopie.
referring to any person, by the way.
Oh, Karen. Her real name's
It's
Karen, I think.
spelled different. Spelled different. So,
there's something for which we can be grateful.
What is it?
N- No canine interruptions tonight.
Oh, dog.
Yeah, she's quiet.
Smart dog. Yeah.
She's learning. So yeah, the psychic blast of that many people
Yeah.
disembodying, like it wouldn't that be, as like you said, it would be a strong shockwave, but into where?
Yeah.
Like not just the 500,000 people left here,
Well,
like where does that energy go? Like it's that same 20, 24, or 28 ounces that leaves the physical body. Like where does that times 9 billion? That's
but like I
pounds.
said, there will be the etheric field will be overloaded,
And
right?
then what happens?
I don't, I haven't looked at, I will take a look at it. The closest I've ever come to it was a week before the 911 thing.
Yeah.
I woke up one morning and I felt like somebody was trying to kill me. Okay. And so for the next week, I went through every day. I started going through everybody I'd ever met, every situation, every day. I was looking for where this impending
Doom.
thing,
Right. Yeah.
doom, was coming from. I couldn't find it. And the morning 911, my brother called me and goes, turn on the TV. And I went to turn on the TV and I realized that all the impending doom was gone. Like it was no longer impending.
Yeah, because it was in the past, like by a
Yeah,
few
yeah,
minutes.
exactly. So I think that and events of that magnitude would present themselves days, weeks, months earlier to let people across the planet know that something was going to happen.
Well, it's because
I
it's
believe
funny.
that because the etheric pressure of people leaving would increase, you know,
Exponentially, you would
exponentially.
think.
That's exactly right. So
Um,
we don't
but
have to
you
worry
also
about
see,
it until you start experiencing that.
well,
Right?
but see, this is why I'm asking, because I did experience something a little funny the other night. I felt the energy was very off, and I felt like this impending weird, like, and
That
then,
might have been the tornado. You see, it does the same thing. Like
yeah,
if you
because
have a
it did
town
get
that
quiet outside. There was
loses,
a silence. There
right?
definitely was.
If you lose three or four, 5,000 people in a tornado event or a nature event,
Maybe it was the
earthquake,
flood, the Indiana flood. 6 people, as far as I know, maybe more by now, passed away. That was
yeah,
pretty.
but the earthquakes going on around the world, you get these large populations that leave all at once, and that's a psychic pressure. I often wonder if that guy isn't picking up on some of that, you know.
What guy? Stefan?
Yeah,
Yeah, he might be. He
yeah,
speaks with this astrology lady from England. Um, I forgot her name.
yeah.
Got short hair, but she's I don't know. I don't do astrology too much. Like I'm more into
I like
energy stuff.
Shania Twain or somebody wrote a song said, "Go back to bed, girl. The stars are against you."
Ah, yeah, well, yeah,
Always like that line. You wake up, you look out the door, and go, "Nah, I ain't doing that today. I'm just
bad idea. Uh-huh.
like, right."
No.
Funny.
Hmm.
Any
Well,
questions today or anything or
yeah, I
what?
was just gonna say, just because he's not here, don't mean that questions didn't come into the email.
Yeah.
So, uh, let me see here. Hopefully, this doesn't do anything to our. I'm gonna exit full screen, but it did. I don't want it to be vertical. There you go. Let's see, Mr. Broder. Okay, question number one. Can we make a plasmatic connection with the sky, for example, by harnessing the energy we generate through certain exercises and extending our energy field to the sky?
No, but you can get hit by lightning, and that's a pleasant event.
I saw my
But
neighbor
no,
outside.
okay. The ability to recognize that there's energy, let's say outside of well, inside your body, first recognition. The second one is outside your body. And the third recognition in between, or actually the second one's in between energy flow. And then the third one is outside your body. So we go from local to non-local reality. And then if you want to go beyond that, you're talking about an ability to interact with energy in a sufficient way to extend your reach into those areas that require more energy. How's that? In other words, most people can't generate the amount of energy would be necessary to create a plasma event. Not that they haven't, not that that hasn't happened. It's just very rare. And for 30 people get together, I'll be happy to teach them.
Yeah,
So,
30 people get together, we all harness the plasmatic energy, and then maybe something happens.
yeah,
Hmm.
well, what
Hmm.
would happen is you would, like I interact and play with what I call my plasma field, right? And I've been doing that for a couple of years of exploring what it means to have an etheric body and what it means to have a plasma body and how those are interactive and all the other things you're trying to learn, just like by being human, you're trying to learn about energy body or plasma body. And it's a whole thing. It gets into um, unfortunately it gets into an area of physics called twistor physics and rotational physics and all kinds of stuff. All right.
Oh, and I'm sure the scientific
Yeah.
community really loves that.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't want you talking about conformal space
No.
uh, and just like creation of plasma. Plasma, a, a physicist friend of mine one time redesigned a soccer ball. And I have the prototype. And I'm looking at this thing, and it's got some polygonal structures around it, not like a traditional soccer ball. There's some bigger elements and smaller, and it all works, right? And I go, where the hell did you come up with this? And he goes, it's the firing pattern for the explosives that set off a nuclear bomb.
Man.
And so, of course, me being me, and I did laser physics. Like I built the third laser in the United States when I was 12 years old, and it was battery powered, just so you know. So I'd been into laser physics, and I went, well, what if I substituted like, you know, a 60 hexagonal, lasers, which you can buy now, right? Little lasers. Remember the laser pens and stuff?
Yeah, my dog goes crazy. Like I tried
Yeah.
playing with her and she got so whooped up that
And
she
if you
peed herself. I
point
was
them
like, okay,
all
no more.
towards each other, right? Into let's say you set them up on a sphere and plug them in and focus them all on a central point, you'll create a plasma body. They don't
Really?
want they don't want you doing that, by the way. So
I think we should get 30 people or more and give them all a laser and point it at something just to see what happens.
yeah, well, if you could, yeah, it'd be interesting because you go from milliwatts and start to 1 watt, 2 watt lasers, 100 watt lasers. Then you move to, gas lasers. And I mean, you could have a
Well,
good time
and
with
then the
that.
alien Greer probably shows up at some point, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then it becomes
Well,
a
no.
ritual.
Then
Where's Tiny Abby?
we'd have to have a leader for the ritual. And Avi Loeb has already said that he's available.
Take me to your leader.
Yeah. Oh, and if you do it with just a few lasers, you know what you end up with?
What?
A hologram.
Oh, cool.
So now you could do what are the alien invasion, blue sky, whatever the hell they're calling that thing. right?
Well, hopefully the 500,000 people who are left have hologram technology so that they can remember with holograms the way it used to be.
Hmm. So anyway, we're all having fun.
Aren't
Next,
we?
yeah, next.
Um, okay, next question. Matt once owned a didgeridoo and he's thinking of getting one again. Do you know anything about the circular breathing required to play that instrument? Their wind instruments do require circular breathing where you can breathe in through your nose and exhale through
Yeah,
your
yeah.
nose and then like all that.
So
Sound
the exercise that I would teach 30 people if we can get together is what's called a continuous breath. And what it means is that you're inhaling and exhaling at the same time. And I've done these exercises. They come up in Kung Fu and some of the Kriya exercises in yoga. And another aspect of it is that you can actually start drawing breath through the body itself, through the skin. The skin is a third lung. They tell you that. And it's absorptive of oxygen and everything from the atmosphere. So if you combine the two techniques, you can like create a breath system that is productive to the point that you can continuously create a note like in a didgeridoo or any other instrument like that. So there,
okay.
right? So yes, it is possible, and it's a very specific technique. It's anyway, it'd take an hour to teach people.
Yeah,
Next,
yeah. Okay. Well, so then he's asking what would be best if you get one that's built to play at the note B, C, or D, are there any that are more beneficial than the other?
no, because everything's subjective.
Hmm.
It's like you may respond to one and somebody else another, and you know who and I think people that play music is literally trying to send out enough frequencies that somebody goes, "Ooh, I like that." Okay.
Right, right. That makes sense to my head.
And all those people, instead of going to music venues like Coachella this week, just need to eat a donut and they'll be happy, right? That's simple,
Yikes.
right?
Have a
No,
donut.
yeah,
There was a little Muppet movie called The Frog Prince, and the bag queen, Aunt Tamanella, kept trying to shut Kermit the Frog up because he was trying to tell the truth, or maybe it was little Sir Robin, and she kept saying, "Have another popover, Froggy," and kept putting another popover in his mouth. So it's kind of the same thing. Have another popover.
yeah. One of the steps in quote unquote spiritual development is the leaving of music behind. Okay. You leave it behind. It's no longer interesting to you. So
Really?
yeah, it's really true.
Like, so creating music and listening to music becomes of no interest whatsoever?
The listening to it,
Huh.
the creation of it, that's a different aspect. So
Yeah, because that's where I live. I mean, I enjoy listening, but I also enjoy creating sounds.
creation is one thing, but the listening to it is it's something. What do they say? Who's your audience? I mean, who's listening to you?
Sometimes it's just my heart listening to what it's
Like I said,
saying.
the creation of it is a whole nother game. I'm saying the listening to music goes away,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, because creating music, I mean, it's a collaboration with something that's you're allowing to come through you because you've stopped thinking long enough. But you're
Yeah,
thinking just enough, but not by
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
Sounds like a mentally ill person talking, so I'm just going to stop talking. And now there's a question for me. It is Leanne! Exclamation point. Leanne! Matt!
What?
He sees that I play guitar. Did I formally learn notes? Yes, I was taught theory and all of that stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Or, do I just play what would come through to me? Yes, I do that too.
right.
Like, because reading the notes and the theory, it's just way too much thinking for me. My mom was very intellectual and could write out all the notes and sit there for hours quietly, but she couldn't play it. She wasn't manual. As brilliant as her music and as complicated as it was, her theory was spot on.
Yeah.
I mean, it just came through her. She knew what she was listening to in her head, and it came out fluidly and fluently right onto a piece of paper. Me, I can't deal with that. I need to go play what I'm hearing. I can't. I can't.
I can,
So,
I played in band, played in orchestra, and I can read the notes and play the music. But if you ask me to add one more note, I don't have a clue. So I can't create music. That's never been in me. Okay.
yeah, but your music is on a canvas, dude, and your energy training and teaching, you've got different kind of music.
Well,
You
that's
know what I
because
mean?
I'm visual, not auditory. So that's the reason. Yeah. I'm
Um,
photonic. Most humans are photonic and they're auditory to various degrees, but everybody's photonic.
My
So,
mom was very auditory. She was very, very myopic, so she couldn't really see, like, unless she had thick glasses on. So, she was also hypersensitive. So she always had like an acoustic ceiling and almost like being in an auditory mental padded room. She had to, otherwise it was too
yeah.
you know, felt for her there because New York is a loud, New York City is pretty loud. Okay, are there any instruments that I have never played that I would like to try? I've always kind of wanted to mess around with a fretless instrument, but never had the patience because that's hard unless you're really in relationship
What is
with
it?
the instrument.
What is it?
Fretless, like guitars have frets, pianos have, it's
Yeah.
easy pretty much, but once you get into like the fretless areas, that becomes its own kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't have the patience. I know I don't. But yeah, so maybe one day I'll try. But I'll tell you, you make some pretty ugly noises with a bow on some stuff. And drums. I like to play drums because my mind can do three things at the same time. And when you play the drums, you gotta absolutely be doing three different things at the same time, or four, depending on whether you're using both feet. So yeah, drums are kind of fun. Loud, but fun. Okay, back to you, my reine de love. He's noticed that there are all types of animal qigongs, but are there element qigongs, such as fire, water, metal, air, and were they meant to be practiced together as all five elements or separately?
Okay. Yes. Elements in ancient Oriental, whatever you want to call it, was the basis of magic back then. And so normally you would pick one to become a master of. And we know that because we have movies called The Last Airbender. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea is that you would be, and here we go with that plasma body thing. You have to be able to interact with the energy of that element, kind of like the identity of it. So Michio Maku, um, no. Who's the guy that did yeah, the water
Yeah, okay. Doctor,
American
was it Iwamoto?
Mazuro Emoto, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So I was talking to him about it because he was giving a lecture and he was talking about how you can induce a response from water. Okay. And I said, that's only the first step. Okay. And get 30 people together and we'll talk about it. But so the idea is that you are influencing the water, but you're not asking the water kind of like how it needs to be influenced. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of like I could brush your hair and you might go, that's too hard or soft. You have to tell me how you want your hair brushed so that I can do it properly. So this is the kind of consciousness that like we used to, like Native American, we sit with a plant until you can identify the plant and the plant can identify you and you can kind of engage your consciousness through that interface. And of course, the trick there is don't get lost in it. Well, that's the same truth with elements.
Mm,
Like I can teach you the fire element. I studied fire element, studied water element, I've studied air element, right? And both of those, all three of those are very heavy duty. What I'm studying now is etheric, right? And so you have water, fire, air, water, fire, air, earth, ether. Those are the basic five. Well, those also correspond to the five animal styles in Kung Fu. So like in Kung Fu, you may be learning, say, a particular element, crane or whatever, tiger, all these things, but you're actually opening a doorway in to go beyond it is to get into the elements that are behind it.
mm,
Okay. And what that means is now you're getting into some very, very base level, what we call magic, but it's actually a base level physics. And that's why the Vedas and all the India literature has a scientific method that's not based on science. It's based on observation and interaction and experience that comes from ask, like we go to Michelangelo, ask the stone what it wants to reveal. So as a sculpture, we would say that. And same thing, it's, people that do earth magic, what's the earth going to reveal to you? And I knew what do you call it, a monk out in California, and he was growing like 20-foot tall sunflower seeds. He was growing like 200-pound watermelons. He was growing all these things because he did water magic in addition to earth magic. So, or now we'll say he had conquered or interacted with to develop earth element and water element as related to plants. There
mm.
you go. Right.
Okay.
So it's a very, very high form of interaction, and I've done some of it, and I've studied it to the point that I've taught a little bit of it, but never to people that wanted to pursue it to its end.
Right,
But
because people like Liane like think, oh wow, that's a lot of work and how
yeah, yeah,
inconvenient
no,
and
but
don't want to do it. Like,
I've
I'm
had people
not.
go, "Let me come and study with you," and it's like,
Why would I want to
tell
waste
them
my
first,
time if you don't want to fucking do what I
you
tell you?
need money and you need time. You need both, right? The money is for me, the time is for you,
Right.
right?
Well,
And you
even
have
if
to
you
have the
have time.
time because I'm going to tell you how to do it, and it's up to you to develop expertise at it. That's the whole key. Most people just want to know right now. They don't want to develop expertise at anything.
No, they just want to know what the answer is and then they want
Yeah,
to
and
get there
then they go,
without.
okay, I got the answer. And I go, well, let me come and put you through the air exercises. That'll really thrill you. Let me put you through the earth exercise. That's crazy.
Look, going to sleep by 10:30 and being up by 6:30, you were being kind to me because I read what
Yeah.
you put in War Day. So Randy was being kind. And my girlfriends were like, "Are you insane?" I
Yeah.
said, "No. I get up between 6:30 and 7:30, or no, I get up at 6:30 every morning and I
Yeah.
get right into a 3-minute cold shower and then I go through my day and do whatever I need to do and then take another 3-minute cold shower sometime between 6:30 and 7:30 p.m. and then my ass is back in bed and I try to be asleep again by 10:30 and then over it goes. 40
Yeah.
days. I had to
Yeah.
start 3 times over.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah.
most people don't make it through. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, because who the hell wants to do that? They thought I
Well,
was freaking nuts.
and that's why like the routine I presented in that in War Day
It's extreme.
was the minimum. It wasn't like, okay, this is it. This is like the minimum required
Right.
to enter into the state of being that produces. And so I told somebody the other day, it's like, no, we're talking 6, 8 hours a day minimum to
Well, and
develop.
my question
Yeah.
is do you love yourself enough? That's my
Yeah.
struggle.
Yeah.
That's my struggle. Do I love myself enough?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just being like really super vulnerable and Miss TMI right now, but honestly, I would think that most people would have that same inner argument, maybe not with those same words, or maybe they're not as honest with themselves. Like, and I'm not trying to preach or be like martyr lady, but like I try to be as honest with myself and accountable for everything as possible.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just like we say, what did you do yesterday
who
to
cares?
be better today? So like I'll answer for today. I did 4 hours in the gym, not 1 hour, not 2 hours, 4 hours. I did like between the walking and the showers and the meditations and the sun salutations, I'm up to about 6.5 hours today. Okay.
Right.
Now,
But most
other,
people
other
have to go make money.
yeah, other people go, "What'd you do today?" And it's like nothing. Right. Actually, I did a lot, but it's not something that people can compute.
Right.
They
They don't count that
they
as
can,
something. They
yeah,
if you said, "Oh, I went to the bank, I went to the grocery store, then I went to the gym, then I went and had a meeting with so and so, and then I went and I taught a class." That's what they're asking you. They're trying to
yeah,
find that. Like
and
what was the
they spent 3 hours on social media. Yeah,
right.
or whatever.
Like and who
So
comes out at the end of which one more
everybody has
beneficial?
the time. It's just how you want to spend it, and that's the idea of the routine will save you is that if you set up a routine like that, the benefit is not now. The benefit, I can tell you, the benefit of what I did in my 20s and 30s and 40s is that I'm alive right now. That's the benefit. And so to be able to put off a benefit for another 10 or 20 years to me is worthwhile because you can look around at all the people 60, 70 years old, and let's say they're having mobility issues. That's the way we'll put it, right? And the answer is, could that have been avoided? No, but it might have been ameliorated by the actions you took 30, 40 years ago. And people go, well, 30, 40 years ago, I was doing this, that, and the other. Yeah, but you weren't doing things that benefited you for a long term that are non-material, right? They're
Too
only
busy chasing
benefit
the
you
dream.
because you get to still be here and still get to play. So there you go. So,
Well, and there you go. Well, considering
yeah.
we only have 2 more years, go have fun. Oh man. Okay. Well, okay, so he's been right, okay, he's there are five more questions and it's now 9:20. How you doing? I have to ask that. You're good? Okay. He's been practicing the microcosmic orbit for some time now, and he's been practicing it the way you described in War Day, and he feels a big difference in how his field responds and expands. What exactly is happening to our fields when we do this, and what happens when we do it in reverse?
What happens when you what?
Do it in reverse.
Oh, we had one of my kung fu teachers. When you set up the microscopic orbit, you can orbit what we call down the front, right? You start here and
Mm-hmm.
go out the front, come down to the perineum and come up the back and over the head.
Mm-hmm.
You create a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can start here and go over the head and down the back and perineum point and then up the front to the same point. This way is called a water, right? The water path of water. Remember, we're back to elementals again.
Mm-hmm.
And this is called a fire path. So even the breathing was tied to elemental forces. So like I learned water, right? Like there's a specific exercise, get 30 people, and we determine whether you're a water path or a fire path.
Mm-hmm.
I've not met an earth or ether path yet, okay?
Huh.
But just so people know. but or air path. I've not met those kind of the air I've messed with. But anyway, so the idea is that when you do it this way is different than when you do it this way. One's
Mhm.
clockwise, one's counterclockwise. But whatever one you pick, and that's it, you choose. Do I want to do water path or fire path? Okay. You have to stay with it because to reverse the polarity can cause problems of your body trying to adjust to a different direction of energy flow. So you have to be very careful if you do one way and then the other way. Okay. And just so people know, I'm water path. So certain elements of Kung Fu, like White Crane and Wing Chun, seem very normal and natural to me. And if I was on a fire path, maybe dragon and tiger and some other things would be more appropriate forms of martial arts. Anyway, it gets into a whole big thing. Next.
He's used microcosmic orbit to help him fall asleep. Is it shifting him out of that analytical overthinking state or to a neutral or right brain creative state?
I wouldn't do microscopic orbit when you're going to sleep.
Okay.
It's more like if you had a balloon, and again, we're using the body to also breathe. And so what you do is you expand the balloon and compress it, right?
Hmm.
Inhale, exhale. And you're doing it not necessarily just here, but with the whole thing. It's a very subtle way of breathing because it creates what we call a neutral and expansive energy field that you get to exist in while you're sleeping. And when I write in War Night, I intend to talk about that. So there. Okay.
Are projection and directionality considered a martial art? And do they have any interrelation to one another?
Projection and what?
Directionality.
Well, the proper um, stance, I'll call it, is one to be able to first of all recognize observation and projection,
Hmm.
right? Until you can distinguish between them, you will never make money in the stock market. Next, right?
With the first five martial arts you talk about, like you did on Quantum Effect, the Gaia TV show, go guys, go check that out if you haven't. You can get Gaia for free for the first 30 days unless they've changed something. So you can binge a bunch of Randy and then
Yeah.
get out before they charge you. Anyway, and if you have lots of email
Oh,
accounts,
sign up. There's a lot to learn there,
there
right?
actually is a lot to learn there. And it's not as expensive as most of the streaming
No,
options.
it's cheaper than any university and exposes you to all the information that they don't teach in college and high school and higher learning, whatever that is. So,
Honestly, when I got back to New York to take care of my mom, to get back into a personal thing, and this is just, Gaia saved my ass.
yeah.
I got off the TV, I got off the traditional shows, I got out of the mainstream. I took my mom off the freaking news and the Rachel Maddow. Like, yeah, no, no. How about uh
No,
Regina Meredith, mom?
yeah,
You know?
I even talked to a guy about doing courses. I've had 15 people ask me to do courses and I think I would do them on Gaia because they would be available to the most people, right?
Honestly,
And
they
and
have
not
like an
not
extra higher paid tier that allows you to go to like talks, whole series of talks. Like there's like they'll give you the first one free, but if you want that higher tier to be able to listen to like Randy and Emery
yeah.
Smith, somebody talk like at a live whatever, you got to join the higher tier. But the regular tier is fine. There's plenty of information there. Lots
Yeah.
and lots of stuff that'll make you feel better. Really, truly.
Well, the thing is, it is the cheapest form of education that you can get on all the subjects that they don't teach in science. How's that?
Well,
So,
you
So
know, it'll give you a little bit of a leg up as to what they know
yeah,
and
right.
what they're using as their database to,
Yeah, that they don't play on. I guarantee you that the powers that be don't play on science, based on science. They
no, it's,
they use science like we use cooking tools. Next.
well, and I'm also pretty sure that the people who wrote Space Force and a couple other TV shows were tripling down on the Gaia
Oh yeah.
to get their fodder for the scripts
Oh yeah. Yeah.
they're
They
writing.
steal, right? So
Resident Alien, just come on, man. That's like everything I saw on Gaia translated right into that TV show. Same with Space Force. Okay. Um, with the first, here we go. With the first five martial arts you talk about, like you did on Quantum Effect on Gaia, Matt has picked up that each one on their own could be an in-depth practice unto themselves. Back to how many hours a day you need to get in there. But also, the more he practices them, the more interconnectedness he experiences between them. Was this intended, or is he connecting things that aren't there?
no, it's it's kind of like different genres of music, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's all music, but
I
it's different vibes.
I studied karate under Jack Wong, 10th degree black belt. I studied Aikido under Sifu, what was his name? Stanley Pranin. I studied Kung Fu under Grandmaster George Hing, Grandmaster Tuan Gehi. I'm not supposed to say that. Under Grandmaster Arky Wong, under Grandmaster Y Kim, under Grandmaster, I mean, it's like on and on. So I had Aikido, I had karate, I had Jeet Kune Do under one of Bruce Lee's students. So all of them are just you using energy to express yourself in a different movement. That's it. It's
Mhm.
the same thing in music, same thing in dance, same thing in art. It's you using your consciousness and expressing it through whatever physical
Right.
attributes you have. And then are they all connected? Yeah, they're all connected through the body, right? And then they're all connected through the mind, and then they're all connected through the universe. And so now we get into all the layering, and that's why, like, observation and projection is one of the first kind of like exercises that you work through with a person so that they can have what we call a successful relationship with anything and everything they're doing. And nobody ever tells you that, right? So there.
Everything's an exchange of energy and attention and
And I
whatever,
could do a whole seminar on the differences in those and the exercises for each one and blah blah blah. Anyway,
How do you help people break out of the mind-numbing thoughts they're supposed to have, and give themselves permission to open their minds? How does one help? It doesn't. There's no way. I mean, I guess like my nasty comment on Facebook was you can't fix stupid because I was frustrated.
well, in Kung Fu, we were taught once you reach a certain level, you leave people alone. And that's what I had to fight when somebody asked me to start teaching some of this stuff. It's like, no, I was told not to interfere with people too much. And so basically, the highest level of interference is the war day because if you follow it, it would start you down a path which has no end. Okay. And if you follow it properly, you find it's very expansive. So, and then, like we say, how many hours a day you got? I mean, I spend 6 hours a day in research minimum. So why I'm trying to expand that out. So
Well, I mean,
next,
I guess definition of research can also be broad. There are different things one can do to be in research modality. Okay, but then discernment needs to come into play. Okay, last question, and then there's a comment. Is there any truth to the notion that we've all been connected to the Internet of Things. I'm not sure what defines the Internet of Things in some form or another since December of 1969. And I'm not sure what timestamp that delineates or anyway, if so, War Day came out at the perfect time because we need to be able to have some defense against electronic manipulation and electronic warfare.
Yes, that's true. Well, Marshall McLuhan in the 60s, I think it was. The media is the message, and that was predictive programming.
Okay.
And so what happened is media was something you partook of very sparingly, maybe a newspaper every once in a while, maybe a news thing. But, before nine, I mean, I remember the first black and white TV we got in 1956 or seven, and it's like, before that, all interactions were personal interactions, right? And so now you take, well, what level of personal interaction do I have? And not only that, like before I was 12 years old, most of my interactions were with nature.
Mm,
They weren't with people. I was left outside. I was feral. What'd you say?
yeah,
I
spare.
mean, I
Exactly.
literally left the home at 7:38 in the morning and come home at 6, 7, 8 at night. And they just knew I was wandering around the 40 acres or whatever I was on, right?
Right.
And maybe a few miles in every direction, but that was about it.
I mean, I was good till, Son of Sam, and then there was Lover's Lane, and my mom was like, yeah, no, you can stay home, right? No necking in a car. That's not what we're doing, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But other than that, I was supposed to be out and barefoot and carefree, like in the summer times and on the weekends, because the city is not where you're supposed to raise a child if you
yeah.
want it to be healthy.
Right. That's true. Yeah,
I raised my kids in Los Angeles and look at, the difference. There's a difference. There's a
oh,
difference.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely a difference.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, here you go. The comment on War Day that Mr. Matt forgot to mention when he was on last week is that here's more promotion, Randala. Doing these practices has boosted his energy to the point where he's been working out again,
yeah,
engaging more often in healthy activities, and it has given him a much more relaxed mind and body. It's also given him more agility and energy to play basketball again. He really can't list enough different ways this has helped him. And he can just say it's absolutely profound. And I will say, forget morning kick, forget Tony Horton or whatever all these people are trying to sell you
yeah,
the pill you're supposed to take every morning. Go freaking
yeah,
read War Day and love yourself enough. Hello,
yeah,
beautiful. Hello. To go put that into practice. It
yeah.
works. It does.
Yeah, it is definitely a gateway drug.
Well, it's
It's
a gateway to
it's a gateway it's a
self-care.
gateway energy path. And that's what they tell you, like Master Ring told me. You once you start, you don't get to stop, right? Now that you don't want to stop. Like me, I keep wanting to know more and do more with it.
It's addictive.
Yeah.
Once
So
you get going, especially if you have an inquiring mind, if you've allowed yourself to continue having a childlike wonderment, all
yeah,
the better.
yeah, I agree.
So there you
Well,
go.
this is very much fun.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun for me as well. I hope you
Okay.
have a fabulous week, and we'll see you on the flip side. Okay.
Okay. I'll call you tomorrow. I want to reset a couple things.
Yeah, I went feral this
Yeah.
week on myself. I feel like
Okay. We'll
things
talk
got
about
whacked.
human
Okay.
harmonics and a few other things.
I
Okay.
feel like
Bye.
some finger snapping is about to happen.
Okay.
And then I might end up sleeping for a minute. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.